6:42, time for our Morning Cup of Joe with Metro Sheriff Joe Lombardo. Good morning to you, Sheriff. It's great to see you.
Hi, Alex. Good
Hello.
to see you.
We want to start with this question, Sheriff. There have been a lot of burglaries recently on the west side of town. People are stealing appliances from new homes before people are moving into those homes. So, do you have any suspect info at this point, and are they reselling those appliances?
Yeah, I wish I knew what they were doing with them. You know, what we've experienced in the past and our, police knowledge on these kind of events is they tend to take them out of state and use different websites to get rid of them, and or I guess you call them fences, to get rid of the stolen property. And more often than not, they end up in Mexico. So there's a whole plethora of ways that people can get rid of those ill-gained items. But in particular to our issue, we've had 27 plus separate burglaries occur, and they've occurred mostly on the weekends. So if you are living adjacent to a new home development, or you're living in the new home development and houses are currently under construction, we ask the public to be aware of this. So the suspect description on these is a silver F-150 truck, extended cab truck, and it occurs during the evening hours on the weekends. The truck would pull up to the front of the house. They gain entry to the house and set up the appliances by removing them from wherever they are in the house, and set it up for another truck to come by at a later period. And this is a big white panel truck that backs into the driveway, and they put the appliances in that truck and drive away. So I'm hoping there's somebody out there in the public that'll see this occurring and call us, because right now that's the most we have as far as leads. It's been posted on Crime Stoppers, 385-5555. If you have the information and you want to provide it with anonymity associated with it. If it's more pressing, like it's occurring right in front of you, I suggest you call 911 or 311 so we can get there right away to address the issue.
Yeah, we have those pictures of those vehicles for you too on our website. Gosh, the last thing you want when you move into your new house is your appliances gone. All right.
Yeah, interesting enough, we have one of my employees, direct employees, that occurred to them. They were getting ready to move in the house the next day, and they go there, and the house was flooded because they separated the refrigerator from the water system and subsequently set them back a few weeks. So that's a big deal.
How awful. All right, yeah, call Crime Stoppers if you have any information. Last week, Sheriff, your officers were on a call. They were talking to a citizen when someone started shooting at them. Luckily, they were not hurt, but obviously this is very concerning. So when something like that happens, does Metro implement any training or any changes?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, because it would be ignorant or malpractice if we did do something when we're aware of something occurring. We didn't make adjustments in our training or how we respond to calls. So similar to like 1 October, it would be malpractice if we didn't learn something from our failures there and then adjust how we operate. So in this case, officers were on an independent call for service. An illegal shooting, and they were standing out in front of the residence that was associated with the call, having a conversation with the resident of that place, and subsequently they had shots fired upon them. Luckily, they weren't hit, and they were able to return fire and get a good description of the suspect. And because of good police work in the preceding 24 hours, an individual officer who had knowledge of the description of the suspect was able to locate him, and we obtained a confession. But a bigger picture is to your question: do we learn from these type of incidents? Do we adjust our training so they don't occur in the future? And yes, absolutely. And you heard us talk about that reality-based training facility that we're proposing out in the northeast part of town. So officers on these low-frequency, high-risk events, we could put them in training scenarios to adjust their MO or how they respond to these type of calls in the future, so they meet them with success and without getting harmed. It's important for us to learn from our mistakes and move forward from.
Yeah, I'm glad your officers weren't hurt in that. Allegiant Stadium can now have a limited number of fans. Some really good news, but Sheriff, a big question has been parking. So when a game or event does happen, how will Metro be enforcing traffic around the stadium? There's going to be a lot of it.
Yeah, well, here's The only silver lining of this pandemic is we've had ability to take our time and ensure that we have proper protocols in place to address these kind of situations. So the traffic control company is a private company that we partner with to control the traffic in and out of the stadium. And this company is currently contracted with T-Mobile. So they have some experience working with us. They have some experience with the Las Vegas community and the ingress, egress, different routes of a big stadium like this. So they put a lot of protocols in place in partnership with us, and with it being a limited capacity event, we'll be able to work through all the faults and nuances and everything that you can imagine on a type of event like this of its breadth and size. We can slowly work our way into it and figure out where the issues are with the people coming in and out. So that was a long, convoluted answer to a simple problem. And the simple problem is we're used to it. We've done it. The company we're partnering with has done it at other stadiums throughout the United States, in particular to the NFL. And I think we'll meet success with our plan.
Yeah, well, it'll be nice to get fans in there, too, at some point. All right, Sheriff, thank you for being with us. It is great to see you.
You're welcome. Good to see you.
All right, if you at home have a question for Sheriff Joe Lombardo, send it to us on our website, 8newsnow.com, and find out if your question was answered every Wednesday.